told right, but here we have Birdie. Birdie asks us to give us one of our famous gems. You know, Ronald McDonald is very, very well known for his gems. That's our health down there. And a lot of characters are weakened and they need help, so they ask us for our gems, which powers them up. You would think it would be burgers or something, but instead it is gems. Let me grab this. Why is Ronald beating up these people? What is going on is the question. So the lore of this game, and it's very, very good lore, is Ronald McDonald is walking through the magical forest one day when he finds 1/4 of a treasure map, and he's like, oh, that seems like fun. Let's go on an adventure and get some treasure. And the treasure map doesn't lead to treasure. The treasure map leads to the other pieces of the treasure map, which is not how treasure maps work. But he's getting these pieces of the treasure map from some evil baddies. That piece then leads to the next baddie to get the next piece from. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Balloons, Ruby, M, and this says clown, but it's Ronald. Then press start 3 times, and then up and left, and this creepy music plays as this 3D model glitches out. They programmed a 3D polygon on the Sega Genesis. That's actually kind of cool. And you can make it larger with B and C. If you make it too large, it kind of does that. And if you try and bring it back, it crashes my Genesis.
If that doesn't, you know, if that's
the only challenge that we go through that door and cross through that house. Keep that house in mind for later. All right, so check out this animation. It's so amazing. Oh, gotta skip that. There we go. And yes, we have to watch the whole thing before it'll let us dismiss. Awesome.
Wonderful, yeah.
Wonderful. This particular RNG because this challenge will go really fast, but also so I could show off a glitch kind of during the run. So this is faster and it's funny. NPCs have sloped hitboxes. As such, we can get on top of them like so. So we're gonna deliver him food from on top of him, and the camera has no idea what to do in this situation. Everything's like fisheye lensed or something. House, and we're gonna just cram a sandwich right through the house, pretty much.
Cram a sandwich right through the house. Nice.
Actually, it's chicken fries, to be specific. not a sandwich. My bad. My bad.
Even better. Even better.
Even better.
I was really hoping chicken fries would make a good appearance, so.
Oh, yeah. We haven't been mentioning all of them. The first thing to talk about is the hitboxes on NPCs. I mentioned earlier that they're sloped. I can prove that with this guy, because you can just sort of stagger around and end up on top of them. Now, this is the way I did that. Notice that the king kept doing this here and shrugging. What's happening is I'm pressing A to do a delivery, and it causes him to do that animation. You can't really see it well, but it causes him to like shift ever slightly on the ground when you press A like that. And as a result, I kind of figured out that you can stagger your way around some of the geometry in the game, more or less. You can use it to climb certain sloped things by just continually pressing A. That little displacement will push you up a slope. You do it with the correct timing. As such, we can traverse some stuff that we probably really shouldn't be able to traverse in, you know, the vanilla version of the game, which this is vanilla, but let's be real. We're going for burgers. And when you're going for burgers, you gotta fly up a house. You have to scoot into a house over and over and shrug repeatedly.
That's just such an incredible sentence.
I like to call this porch no dirt because we made it all the way over here without touching the ground. But we're not done yet. We can also kind of run into this slope and stagger our way up it, right? If you hold in a pretty specific direction, and this might take me a try or two, but I've been getting it pretty consistently. There we go. You fall straight through the map. So bye-bye world, there it goes. Say goodbye. And we're gonna go to that house, and we're actually gonna go into the house, but from under the map. Might take me just a second to line it up because found it immediately. So notice the mini map is fading away. So when we come into the house here, we're going to the inside of it from the outside or something. I'm not even sure how you would describe that. And here we are. The camera is stuck in a perpetual rotating loop forever. It's kind of random as to what the camera does.
It will wear off and you can then collect them, but like the potatoes all set. Usually when they're off screen, they won't, that timer won't go though. Like they'll stay aggressive.
I also feel it is important to note that that does not happen in real life. You know, if food goes rancid, it doesn't just full circle turn back, okay? So don't throw out that rancid food, all right?
Exactly. That platform there, this elevator platform is the only way to go up or down this area, right? So as you can see, the live count tends to dwindle after a while.
Yeah, that food's ruthless. It's like it doesn't want to get cooked or whatever.
Right. I don't know why, but
we just want to enjoy you, food.
So what I'm trying to do here is talk to this NPC, Greg, and fall into the hot cheese. And what that does is it allows me control over Noid while talking to an NPC, which normally isn't possible. And now we're gonna do some funky stuff to just teleport over here. Spectral, would you like to explain that?
Sure, while you're doing this
Please
painstaking puzzle. So the whole text storage itself, regaining control of Noid while in a dialogue, is unexpected. So what happens when we finish a dialogue is that game puts us in a walking state, which is, it doesn't check Noid's condition. And it turns out that if we close the dialogue while we are midair, the game starts to break a little. And it becomes really noticeable when we jump from an object and then we close the dialogue as we are on top of another object, and the game tries to make sense of things by combining the two different objects' positions and try to snap Noid to some location based on that, which is super broken actually. With any % root, all we do is grab the first storage and just go directly to the final level. That's how broken this trick is.
Which is what I'm gonna do.
I want to sneak this in before you advance the dialogue, but one upside of having exactly that, when you dab, Sprite of Noid also dabs, which is the one upside of having the dialogue open.
Did we mention that that this game has a dedicated dab button?
Yeah, I feel like that's pertinent information.
Yeah. I kind of forgot about it.
That's something I glossed over, but I'm glad I did because now I get to be surprised with everybody else.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And if you're a controller user, you get to have analog dabbing because it's trigger controlled.
Yep.
Oh yeah, very true.
Your analog dabbing, you can hold it halfway, you can do 3/4, any degree of dab, it's all available.
All right. So coming up here is the unfamous 2 IQ jump. It's called that because we thought it was impossible, and then someone was like, "Just do it, lol." And then we did. It's like 2 IQ. Just go for it. And to a lot of people, it's like the hardest trick in the run, but it's actually free, so
Yeah, if
I
you
don't
use
know
a
what they're
keyboard,
talking about.
it's an unfair advantage, but...
No, I think it's just those three.
Yeah. But yeah, and Red's obviously always, yelling at yellow to get stuff done, and invisible
my
wall,
God,
gotta
I got
love it. There we go, the first piece of jank.
The hitbox desig.
Oh,
What? Oh, wow.
if we said this game isn't jank, you're about to see some more and more jank here coming out.
That is a very rare glitch that can happen in this game, where the hitbox of that car is as difficult as the last 2 boss fights we did.
Is this? Yes, okay.
Very, very difficult boss.
So essentially what happens is when you stand on those platforms, paint comes from the ceiling, so you want to get that to hit that. However, Alan's going to go for the skip. You just basically shove yellow into the wall and you just keep jumping, and eventually you're going to get pushed over like you did there. Hopefully it doesn't die.
That was pretty quick.
That's actually really quick there. So you got to skip the whole boss fight. It does.
Also really far away from each other. So if we die at any point, it's very punishing.
Like we're about like you.
But I should
You
be
can't
fine.
catch that cycle there. Like that's actually like.
Oh
a
no, my
global
game
cycle there.
froze. Just kidding.
My heart sank for
Yeah.
a second. You fooled me for sure.
Yeah.
Early 2000s. You know.
There
I'm
we
surprised
go.
they just didn't come with the candy bar. To be honest.
Mom, I want to play Crash Bandicoot, but we have Crash Bandicoot at home.
I need that meme now.
Which is interesting. You're supposed to go left, I think.
And these platforms are the most useless section in the game where they're going back and forth. Like you don't even have to go across them.
Yeah, those platforms don't do anything.
Like you can just drive right across the gap. It'll be fine.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
The hardest
And
boss
now
in
we
the game.
have
The final
the
boss.
hardest boss in the entire game.
Final boss here. So time will be coming up when Violent exits the state, when he goes into the light, when he sees the light.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Very, very tough boss right here. We're just gonna stand here for a bit, just wait it out.
And you just keep jumping back and forth. And around we go.
And,
And
That's a fight.
there it is.
And time.
There